Hello everyone! Welcome back to my channel. In this video, pag-uusapan natin ang graphing ng quadratic functions. Without further ado, let's get this lesson started. When we say quadratic function, ito yung mga function na ang highest exponent or ang degree is 2. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang x cubed or x to the fourth. Ang highest exponent niya lang is 2. And dito sa ating standard form na ax squared plus bx plus c, yung a natin is yung coefficient ng x squared, bawal siyang mag-zero. Dahil kapag ito ay nag-zero, it means mawawala na or ma-eliminate na itong quadratic term and hindi na siya quadratic function. It can be any number, positive, negative, whole number, integer, or fraction or square root. Basta hindi pwedeng mag-zero yung letter A para hindi ma-eliminate yung x squared. Ang graph ng isang quadratic function ay tinatawag na parabola. Ito yung itsura ng parabola, opening upward and opening downward. As you may see, may iba-iba siyang part pero sa video na to, pag-uusapan lang natin yung tinatawag natin na vertex, which is the turning point of the parabola. Ito yung point kung saan nag-change ng direction yung parabola, and itong ating axis of symmetry. This is an imaginary line that divides the parabola into two equal or symmetric parts, and it's important to note that the axis always passes through the vertex. I have a separate video that discusses all the parts of the quadratic graph or itong ating parabola. Itong tinatawag natin na latus rectum, na directrix. Andun yon sa video na ilalagay ko sa upper right corner ng video na ito. At the same time, since quadratic function ang ating igagraph dito, dalawa lang ang possible nating opening. Either opening upwards or opening downwards. Yung dalawang other type ng parabola, which is opening to the left and opening to the right, may separate video din ako for that. So ilalagay ko na lang later dito sa upper right corner ng video natin, pero hindi na siya considered na quadratic function. Those are just quadratic equations. Itong i-discuss natin na steps of graphing quadratic function, magmumula siya sa standard form natin, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. Again, if you want another method of graphing quadratic functions, i-share ko yun dito, meron nun sa channel ko. At ang starting naman ng video na yon ay yung vertex form natin. So, i-enumerate natin here yung mga steps. Una, aalamin natin yung value ng A, B, at C. It's very important to know their values kasi sa A pa lang, makikita na natin kung ano ang opening niya. If A is greater than 0, or we can say that if A is positive, it means that the parabola is opening upward. However, if A is negative or A is less than 0, we can say that it opens downwards. Once you already know the opening, ang susunod nating gagawin ay alamin yung axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry has this formula. We have x equals negative b divided by 2a. So substitute mo lang yung a at yung b dito sa formula na to. Kapag meron ka ng sagot sa axis of symmetry, pag meron ng value yung x, isa-substitute mo lang siya dito sa function para makuha mo yung y coordinate ng vertex. So, yun ang gagamitin natin to get the coordinate of the vertex. Next, you analyze the graph kung tatamaan niya yung x-axis. If tatamaan niya yung x-axis, kailangan mong i-factor out para makuha yung x-intercepts or yung roots natin. Next, you get the y-intercept. So, ang idea ng y-intercept is, kukuhanin mo lang yung letter C. Ibig sabihin, isa-substitute mo yung 0 dito. Pag ito nag-0, eliminated na tong term na to. Magzi-0 din tong x dito, so eliminated na din to. So, ang maiiwan na lang is yung C. Kaya ang nakalagay dito, substitute x equals 0 to isolate C. Plot the points and draw the parabola. Pag nagdodraw tayo ng parabola, it should be a curve. For the domain, Since nakita natin sa previous slide na dire-diretso lang yung graph niya, on both sides, we can say that the domain is all real numbers, and for the range, it depends upon the opening. Kung opening upward siya, ibig sabihin nag-extend siya pataas ng pataas ng pataas hanggang positive infinity. Pero yung starting niya is yung y ng vertex, yung nakuha natin na answer dito sa number 4. Bracket, y ng vertex, positive infinity. Or if it's opening downwards, you have negative infinity, yun yung starting point niya, y of the vertex. Other references also says that the coordinates of the vertex are h and k. Itong h na to ay makukuha natin dito sa step 3, yung value ng ating axis of symmetry, and yung k naman, yung ating makukuha dito sa step 4. Kaya itong ating range, minsan ang sinusulat nila dito is bracket k, infinity, o kaya naman dito, negative infinity, k bracket. Again, k is your answer sa step 4. I-apply natin itong mga steps na ito sa ating first example. Here, we are tasked to find the graph of x squared minus 4x. I usually organize my solution in the form of table para alam ko yung mga hahanapin natin na values. Unahin muna natin yung A, B, at C. Ang A natin is yung katabi ng x squared, which is wala namang nakalagay, automatic, that's 1. Para naman po sa negative 4x, kuhanin natin yung B. Tatanggalin lang natin yung x, kukunin natin pati yung negative 4. Pati yung sign niya. And for C, since wala naman pong constant term, we can say that C here is 0. For the opening, recall, I have mentioned this earlier that the basis here is the sign of letter A. In this example number 1, since A is positive 1, we can say that this is opening upward. Next, for the axis of symmetry, ang gagawin natin is x equals negative b over 2a. Negative of, ang b natin is negative 4 over 2 times a. Ang a natin is 1. Negative times negative, that's positive. 4 over 2, this is just 2. So yung axis natin is 2, hahanapin natin sa x-axis. So sa x-axis, ito yung 2, gagawan lang natin siya ng broken line. Kapag alam na natin yung axis of symmetry, we can now proceed with the vertex. Sulat ko lang dito yung axis. So for the vertex, isa-substitute lang natin siya doon sa h of x. So h of 2, that's equal to 2 squared minus 4 times 2. So 2 squared is 4. Negative 4 times 2 is 8. 4 minus 8, that is negative 4. So it means na kukunin natin yung hk, this is your h, and then this is your k. Ang ating h is 2, and then ang k natin is negative 4. For the x-intercept, kailangan muna ma-visualize natin sa graph. Ilagay muna natin yung vertex. Ang vertex natin is 2, negative 4. Here. So let's graph this very quickly para malaman natin kung may tatamaan ba siya sa x-axis or wala. In this case, since our vertex is at 2, 4 and it is opening upwards, sketch lang to ha para makita natin. Possible na tumama siya sa x-axis. So we can say na meron nga siyang x-intercept. With that being said, tayo ngayon ay mag-factor out. Let's try factoring out the given function in order to get the roots or the x-intercept. I will also be sharing a set of videos dito sa upper right corner ng video natin. It is a series of videos about solving quadratic equations, kung gagamit ba ng factoring, kung gagamit ba ng common monomial factoring or quadratic formula. Because sometimes, even if we have roots or x-intercept, hindi pa rin factorable yung given. So in those cases, kahit na alam natin na may roots siya, no, pero hindi naman siya factorable, kailangan natin gumamit ng ibang method, and one of that is the quadratic formula. Dito muna tayo sa 0 equals x squared minus 4x. Tinanggal ko lang yung h of x, ginawa kong 0. Since binomial lang tayo, x squared minus 4x, and kita naman natin na pareho silang may x, ibig sabihin yan ang ating common monomial factoring. Hindi natin gagamitin yung factoring trinomial or yung ating trial and error method kasi binomial lang naman to, dalawang term lang naman. So x squared and negative 4x have the same factor, which is x. Kapag yung x squared, nag-factor out tayo ng isang x, ang matitira na lang doon ay another x. And for negative 4x, kapag tinanggal natin yung x, ang matitira na lang doon ay negative 4. Ayan ngayon yung ating factors. Isa-separate natin sila. This is the first factor, 0 equal x. And the second factor is 0 equals x minus 4. Dito sa ating 0 equals x, since isolated na yung x, we can say that this is the first root. Ang x daw natin ay 0, and then ang ka-pair niya lagi sa y ay 0 din. For the other one, x is not yet isolated. We need to transpose this. Ang transpose nito or ang sagot dito pag tin-transpose ay positive 4. And then that's it. Ang x daw natin ay 4, ang ka-pair nun ay 0. Ilalagay natin ngayon yung ating x-intercept. This is 0. And then this is 4. For the y-intercept naman, it will be based on c. Yan. So dahil ang y-intercept natin is yung point na tumatama sa y-axis, we can say that that is the same as the origin kasi yung origin tumama na siya sa x-axis, tumama pa siya sa y-axis. And since 0 naman ito, ipe-pair lang din natin siya sa 0. And then, i-connect natin siya ng ganito. For the domain, nabanggit natin kanina that is all real numbers. And for the range, depende siya sa opening. In our case, since ito ay opening upwards, pataas siya, so ibig sabihin ang involved sa kanya ay positive infinity kasi nag-i-increase siya. So sulat natin ay infinity yung kanyang end. Ang start naman niya is yung kanyang k or yung y coordinate ng vertex. So ang vertex natin, ang y niya is negative 4. So that is negative 4 and then bracket. At yan po ang graph ng ating example number 1. Let's have another example doon sa kabilang slide. Dito naman, ang igagraph natin is negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. We start again by identifying a, b, and c. Ang a natin is beside x squared, which is negative 1. Ang b natin is beside x, which is negative 2. And then for c, we have 3. Since a is negative, we can say that the opening is downward. For the axis of symmetry, we use the formula x equals negative b over 2a. Negative of, ang b natin is negative 2. So don't forget, lagi tayong magpaparenthesis every time we are substituting values. Negative times negative 2, that's positive 2. 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2. Dividing them, this is negative 1. It means that our axis of symmetry is at x equals negative 1. It's here. For the vertex, ipapalit or isa-substitute natin si negative 1. That's m of negative 1. Negative 1 squared minus 2 times negative 1 plus 3. Negative 1 squared, negative 1 times negative 1. Oh wait, may negative pa pala to sa labas. Let's write that correctly. Even if may negative 1 na tayo, may negative pa rin siya sa labas. Here, oh. Yan. So negative of negative 1 squared. This negative 1 squared is positive 1, right? So meron tayong negative of 1. Kasi negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Pero may negative pa sa labas, so susulat pa rin natin yon. And then negative 2 times negative 1, that's positive 2. Then plus 3. So negative 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is positive 4. So ang ating vertex ngayon, ito yung ating H at ito ang ating K. Buuin natin siya, negative 1, 4. And let's plot it. Negative 1 and 4, this one. Before tayo mag-factoring, tingnan muna natin, analyze natin yung graph. Kung ang vertex natin ay sa negative 1, 4 and opening siya downwards, tatama siya eventually sa ating x-axis. And since tatama siya sa ating x-axis, we can proceed sa x-intercept. If ever there are cases na kunwari, nag-opening upward siya, tapos kahit anong extend mo is hindi siya tatama sa ating x-axis, it means na wala tayong x-intercept sa situation na yon. Kasi kahit anong gawin natin, hindi naman tatama yung graph kasi nga upward siya. Now going back to example number 2, since downward ito, ibig sabihin eventually tatama siya sa x-axis. So, wala tayong choice kundi mag-factor. Ipalit natin ngayon yung 0 sa m of x. This is negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. Gamit tayo ng color code. So itong negative x squared, we can write that as negative x and positive x. For the positive 3, ang pwede nating gawin ay positive. Pwedeng positive 3 and positive 1. Tingnan natin kung tatama siya. In order for us to know if we arrive with the correct set of factors, we'll multiply the inside and the outside. So ang inside natin is 3x, ang outside natin is negative x and 1 negative x. We have to add them. Lagi siyang add. So pag in-add natin sila, this is 2x, kailangan mag-match siya doon sa nasa gitna. But ang nasa gitna natin ay negative x. So dahil hindi siya match, dahil hindi siya exactly nakatulad, ibig sabihin mali ang factors natin. Hahanap pa tayo ng ibang factors ng positive 3. Pwede siguro nating pagpalitin yung 3 at yung 1. Let's do that. Kapag pinalit natin at nandito for example si 1 at andito si 3, ayan, mukhang tatama siya. 1 times x is x, negative x times 3 is negative 3x. Pag in-add natin sila, this is negative 2x. And it matches, no? Pareho siya nung nasa gitna. So let me just clear out itong pagmumultiply natin ng inside at outside para meron akong space for the next step. We'll now separate the factors. This is 0 equals negative x plus 1. We can transpose negative x para positive na siya. We have x equals 1. That is our first x value. It means na ang x natin ay 1 at ang y natin ay 0. That's 1, 0, and it's here. For the other one, since this is x plus 3, tapos may 0, we can transpose 3 on the other side para positive pa rin yung x, tapos yung 3 ay negative na. So it means na we have negative 3, 0. For the y-intercept, ang ating basis ay itong C. So gagawin lang natin siyang coordinates. This will be the y or 3 dyan, and then ang ka-pair niya sa x ay palaging 0. So this is here. And to finally complete the points, As we can see here, since ang ibig sabihin ng axis of symmetry is mirror image siya ng right side at ng left side, kung sa right side ay merong point dito sa tree na one step lang siya, ibig sabihin kailangan may reflection siya dito. Kasi nga mirror image and symmetric siya. So dapat may one step din dito at andito yung katapat ng kanyang y-intercept. Para kapag kinonect natin siya, makikita natin na symmetric talaga siya on both sides. Kung ano man yung nasa isang side, makikita din natin sa kabila. For the domain, still we have all real numbers. And for the range, since ito ay going downwards, pababa siya, ibig sabihin negative infinity ang involved dyan. So uunahin mo munang isulat ang negative infinity. Tapos parenthesis yung kanyang katabi. Next, ang k natin or ang y-coordinate ng vertex ay itong katapat niya sa y, which is 4. So 4 ang ending ng ating range tapos bracket. So iyan po ang graph natin for example number 2. Again, if you want another way of graphing it, andito sa upper right corner ng video na to, i-flash ko ulit yung link ng isa pang video kung paano naman mag-graph, pero yun naman, ang involved naman doon ay vertex form ng quadratic function.